Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sandbox Wednesday stream. I'm Alex Florez, aka Kamisazi, joined here in voice, mind, body, and soul by Lucas is right. How you doing, Lucas?
Alex, I'm doing good.
Good.
Alpha Season 4 is, we're in our second week already. Feels like just yesterday we were starting.
That means we're
basically it was
1/10 of the way through the season.
1/10 of the way through it. But you know what?
10%.
I feel like, I don't want to jinx it. I'm going to knock on wood here. But things are going kind of smooth so far. I know there's been a few hiccups, a couple bumps, but they've been small, they've been minor. And you know what? I got a great feeling about this one. Season 4. This is our season, Alex.
Team's been fixing stuff fast. So as when there's been issues popping up with claims and stuff, the team's been working really quickly to get those issues resolved.
The screen's showing your browser right now? It's showing the chat manager?
Okay,
gotcha.
I meant for that. There's a reason why that's up. Yeah, this is very cluttered looking for me right now. It's not the zen that I like. Hold on a second. Let me do this.
While you're fixing that,
there we go. That's
I would want to point out what Alex was saying a second ago, because I think I may have cut him off. The team has been fixing things quick. I know, like I said, that I mentioned there have been a few hiccups, a few bumps, but every single time I've seen one crop up, the team has just, bam, got it taken care of so fast. Now, not all of them have been taken care of immediately, but the speed with which they've been fixed has been seriously impressive, especially if you compare it to like previous alpha seasons, or just not even alpha seasons, just issues in general. Like the amount of traffic that the website's been seeing has been really impressive, and they've been keeping it running nice and smooth. And I just wanted to throw the dev team a shout out real quick, because y'all is rocking it.
Yeah, absolutely. I might have something that I need to mention in a second here. I was just getting a DM from a coworker, but he's telling me something. I don't know if I'm supposed to say it, but I'll wait.
How about you read it? Okay.
read it out loud and say sorry later. Yeah, no, sometimes. I mean, this is a thing that should be getting announced today, but I don't know if he wants me to say it right now. He just said yes. Okay. So if you want to buy an Alpha Season Pass, the Sandbox is listing 5,000 today. So there's, I think, he says not to say his name.
We'll call him
Tim.
Johnny Bravo.
Yes. So.
That's a name that's never been used before and is super suave.
So, oh wait, maybe he doesn't want me to say his name because he doesn't want to know that he's the reason this is leaking and that he's the one who gave me permission to say it. It's a work in progress. It's not. I don't think they're listed. I don't think they're listed yet. The alpha passes listed by the Sandbox are going to be 25 sand for the whole duration of the season. So if you're buying them for more than 25 sand, you're not buying them from the Sandbox. And I would recommend, like, we don't want to discourage secondary sales. That's an important part of NFTs in the market and stuff. But the Sandbox did mint over 50,000 passes. Maybe over 60,000. I don't remember the exact number. So there are a lot of passes that are going to be going out through the raffles. We're going to do giveaways on this stream and on Panda streams and through other events. And there are a lot of passes besides the ones from the raffle, besides the ones from the giveaways, that are going to be listed by the Sandbox for 25 sand. And you can earn all of that 25 sand for free by playing the season as a free player in your first, I think it's 9 levels or 11 levels. We can look at the pass in a second. Actually, I've got it right here. If you go to the battle pass, your first 9 levels earn you 25 sand. See all these free ones?
Crazy how convenient that is and how easily that works out like that.
Yeah. Your first level
or something.
Your first level, you get 9 sand. Your third level, you get 7, 5, 5, 7, 3, 9, 1. And that adds up to 25 sand. And so just by playing that, you will have the 25 sand that you need to buy a pass. And like I said, today the Sandbox is working on listing 5,000 more passes. We are working on making sure that the pass buying process is as smooth as possible. So sometimes we're updating some things to the way it works on the marketplace, so that way it's a smoother buying experience. So they're kind of releasing in batches and seeing how we can improve with each release. Hey, Andy Ritchie is rating us with a party of 21. Thank you, Andy. What day are you on of your
290?
290. That's almost 300. Is it 3? So 60. So 65 more days to make it a year, right? That's 3 months. So the alpha season will be done before then. But still, that's crazy. Can we do a shout out? How does that work?
Can
you do that?
I don't know how to do it from
I've never done it.
Restream chat, but
Shout
I
out
can do it myself from the actual stream chat.
Wait, I think I got it.
Can I / shout out and then Andy Ritchie. 12?
Hey, there we
Andy
go.
Ritchie.
Okay, I figured it out. Woo, I did it. So how many days in your months, Alex? Oh, did I say 3?
For me?
Oh no, it's only 2 months.
Days?
It's only 2 months. Sorry, I was thinking 90 days, not 60 days. There are 45 days in my month. That's just how busy my month is. So
37 for me.
Yeah.
Nice even number.
Wait. Not only is it not even, that's a prime number.
How dare you?
It's like double odd.
You're double odd.
All right. So yeah, this is all. It's all about managing traffic and making sure that that the website is running smoothly and efficiently for everybody. So that's why we're releasing kind of in chunks and making sure everybody gets access to a pass. You might not have access today or this week, but you should be able to get it over the course of this alpha. And at any point during the alpha, buying the pass will retroactively unlock any levels that you pass. So let's say you don't have an alpha pass and you get all the way to level 30. It will unlock the 70 sand, the Playboy pass, the Terminator pass, and all these things as soon as you get the alpha pass. All those things will be available to you. Right, and each one of these passes earns you another 20 sand when you visit that section of the hub. So yeah, we're releasing in chunks. We're making little incremental updates. It's tough. Like I don't know if you know anything about web development or back end development. I know a little bit about web development. I've made some WordPress sites and some like old fashioned HTML hard coded in Dreamweaver sites, and but I've never. I'm not a web developer. I'm a graphic designer by trade, and the magic that happens in the background of just normal buying and ticketing systems, much less adding blockchain stuff into there, it gets pretty complicated. And you see this anytime you go to buy like concert tickets or like a limited edition collectible or something from a website, and there's a huge amount of traffic and everything blows up and everybody's freaking out. It's not just a Sandbox thing, it's an everywhere thing. There's just a lot of people online, and so we're trying our best to make sure that this alpha is great for everybody. So we highly recommend not buying passes on secondary yet, because the Sandbox still has a whole ton of these to give out through the raffles, through our giveaways on stream and other events, and through sales on the marketplace. First party from the Sandbox for 25 sand. So if you're buying it for more than 25 sand, I hate to say it, you're getting ripped off. But that's the way it is. So if you aren't able to get one of the ones that releases today, and there should be an announcement. I don't know if it's going to be across all socials. He says that there's going to be an announcement. I'm guessing. Oh yeah, we'll notify users on Discord and Twitter. So keep an eye on those to see when that pops up. And if you've got your 25 sand ready, then you should be able to pick it up.
So we do have one question that I would like to go over really quick, and it's from GoWest927. GoWest said there was a post that was talking about if it's sold on secondary, that the pass could be claimed by another member first before selling it,
and
wouldn't work if you bought it.
So you need to check your passes before buying. So let me see if there's an easy way for me to
how do we do that?
Demo this. So let me go to my OpenSea.
Demo.
So the issue that you might run into, and Tim, or what did you say his name is?
Johnny Bravo,
who might still be watching, might be able to correct me on this, but I believe on OpenSea the stamping doesn't show up on OpenSea because it's not a blockchain thing that's happening when you use the pass. It's like Sandbox database goes, oh hey, this pass has been used, plop a stamp on it, and or she. I mean, I've met him in person. I think he's a father, so I'm pretty.
So it's not an octopus, is what you're saying?
Not an octopus. Well, he was wearing clothes, so he could have been hiding some extra arms under there. I don't know.
Like 3 octopuses stacked on top of each other to look like a person. I get you.
It's just 3 octopuses in a trench coat,
or like 3 octopuses in a trench coat,
like the guy in Umbrella Academy. He just has some tentacles hiding underneath. I just finished watching Umbrella Academy. Anyway, where was I going with what was I saying? I don't even remember.
You were going to demo
the stamping of the pass. So the stamping of the pass happens on the Sandbox website. I don't think it updates anything on chain. So on OpenSea, you won't be able to see that it's stamped unless what I'm about to try works, and we'll see. So I've got my OpenSea here.
Ooh, One Box T actually went over how to see if it's used
in the chat.
Yeah.
Sandbox website profile, call to action wallet, click on the asset, and it will show if it's used. On your own profile, or going to the seller's profile. So that might work, but I'm more I don't know if you'll be able to follow from OpenSea to the Sandbox website. Like I'm trying to go from OpenSea. So there is buying secondary on the Sandbox and secondary buying on OpenSea or other like LooksRare and other sites like that. So I want to cover all the bases because people might be buying on different platforms. So Alpha Season 4 pass. I have already started using mine. You can tell because I've got things in the Alpha Pass that are completed.
Things. Yeah.
And when we look at on OpenSea, it's going to load up the 3D model, but there's not going to be a stamp thing over it.
Oh, on the Sandbox website, it shows used.
Yeah. I think. Okay, it's taking OpenSea's taken a long time to load the preview for some reason. So if you click on the 3-dot menu, so let's say you're looking at a listing. If we go to Sandbox Season 4 Alpha Passes, you can see that they're not like normal Sandbox assets where they all stack in one. This is actually a whole collection, and each pass has a unique ID. So if I click on this one,
just like avatars,
this one's owned by whoever this is, an anonymous account. If you've not set up your own account on OpenSea, it's just going to show the first few digits of your wallet address as your profile name. And sometimes people never change that. That's fine. So if I want to see if this pass has been used, I click on the 3-dot menu and I click View Website. And it shows the model viewer. So this might not actually, you might not be able to do it from OpenSea. And it's also being slow loading 3D model. Let's see if any of my coworkers are screaming at me right now.
All of them are.
Oh, One Box T is DMing me. Okay, so yeah, One Box T is saying that It doesn't show up on OpenSea. I would actually just recommend not buying it on OpenSea.
Solid advice right there.
Because I don't think there's any way to tell from OpenSea if the pass has been used or not. Directly from OpenSea. You might be able to, like, if you click on their wallet, you might be able to see if they're a landowner and find their Sandbox profile from their land. It may be hit or miss. It feels like just kind of too complicated and too risky going through OpenSea. So I would go through the Sandbox itself. So if we go to my profile, or actually, I think we might be able to do it from there also. And we type in pass and go to wallet and type in pass again because I switched. Oh, interesting. It doesn't say used on my Alpha Pass. Although why doesn't it show used on my Alpha Pass? Oh, now it does. So it didn't. It did when I actually clicked on it.
Gotcha. So if somebody's selling one, give it a little clickety clack, and see what it says. Don't buy a used one.
Yeah. So if I view the listings, so somebody's selling it for. It says for 1 sand. That seems sketch. We go to whatever that is. And we look at their assets, and they've got an Alpha Season 4 pass. It does say used there. Let's try to see if there's any that show up unused. I don't know if we'll be able to find somebody who has an unused one. Maybe, so none listed by the Sandbox right now.
So we've got a number of people in the chat saying they can't buy passes or asking if we are going to release alpha passes today for sale. And yes, we talked about this at the very beginning of the show. We'll mention it again. If you can't buy an alpha pass on the Sandbox website, there are none to purchase through the Sandbox at this moment. There's doing a release. You said it's 5,000, Alex?
Yes, 5,000. And I think I realized why all of those are used.
Are you in a used folder?
I think it's the used passes that I was looking at, because it's, if you notice, it said that there's only 7,507 of them.
Okay.
That there's like 50,000 passes. So I think
how many have been released?
Well, but minted. They've already been minted.
Gotcha.
The passes have already been minted. So I think if we go to the Sandbox here and find an unused one, maybe.
But yes, there will be a release of alpha passes for purchase at some point in the day.
Yep. Keep an eye on Twitter and Discord. It will be announced.
On Discord, it says the sale is on pause.
Well, yeah, I mean that they're not released yet. It's a work in progress. It's happening at the moment.
Yeah, give it a little time. From the information that me and Alex has is that it will be that pause will be unpaused at some point today.
So I'm wondering if this account doesn't have any of the passes in it. Where do I find the unused ones?
I don't know, but their avatar dancing around is pretty wonderful.
This is this an Underwatch?
I believe
it looks like an Underwatch mask. I believe that the Sandbox official account is currently using an Underwatch avatar as its main avatar. Let's see. You own the Alpha Pass. Maybe raffle. Somebody noted this. Tim, aka Johnny Bravo. if you're still watching. Somebody pointed this out to me. You have the Season 4 Alpha Pass. Keep playing and earning EPs for another chance to win an Alpha Pass in the raffle. I don't think you win an Alpha Pass if you have an Alpha Pass, so this is a little confusing.
If you already have one, you can't win another one.
Yeah. So, keep playing for more chances to win. I think it's 1,000 sand in a raffle, right? Or was it 500
more
sand?
Stuff. Keep playing for more. Yeah. MOAR. More.
All right. So I'm having a hard time finding where exactly I would pick up a pass because I already have a pass. So it's not like giving me the call to action to buy a pass.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it's on pause. Like they said, it's on pause right now. So they actually removed that functionality from the site for the moment. So you're looking for something that's not actually there.
Yeah, that is possible. So yeah, I'm thinking, I think that what I was looking at was the collection of used passes. So basically, all the passes in that listing will be used, but I would need somebody else to confirm that for me because I'm not sure. All right, so just to sum it all up, there should be 5,000 more unused passes being listed by the Sandbox. I'm not sure about that link in the chat. I don't know what you're sharing there, Dicebo. That could be the legit OpenSea collection, but like I said, I would not recommend buying it on OpenSea because OpenSea doesn't show you if it's used or not. I would recommend doing the sales or doing the purchases through the Sandbox website, where it does show used or not used. Thank you, Dicebo. I appreciate it. I do, but yeah, I think OpenSea does not give enough information to make an informed purchase for the passes, and the Sandbox Marketplace is fully usable for everyone now, so you can list and buy on the Sandbox Marketplace. Lieutenant General says most of the passes on OpenSea are used, don't buy. That sounds fair. All right, so recap. Today, keep an eye on Twitter and Discord. 5,000 more passes are going to get listed by the Sandbox. 25 sand. That is the price that we've set for passes for the entirety of the season. Whenever the Sandbox is listing them, they're going to be 25 sand. Beware buying secondary. We don't recommend it because you may be buying a used pass, which will not get you anything. So don't get ripped off. If you're not sure, ask on our Discord. We got lots of helpful people on there, ambassadors, support staff. They may be able to help examine what you're looking at and help you make an informed decision.
So we got a helpful friend over on YouTube that says, just go to the marketplace. Next sale is on Wednesday. Wednesday is today. We understand this. This is kind of what we're going over right now. Like we were saying a little bit ago, the today's sale has been put on pause for a little bit just to make sure the website is functioning optimally.
Right.
And so your suggestion, while normally it would work, and while we did go through those steps, today, at this exact moment, unfortunately, it's not going to happen. So thank you for the suggestions, though. We really do appreciate it.
All right. Now that that's out of the way, real quick, I wanted to help people who want to stream make sure they're streaming to the right place. So I've been working with I think it's it's the IGDB, the like internet game database or something like that. And it is like owned and operated by Twitch, but it's like a user. It's kind of like Wikipedia in like it's got moderators and admins and like support people who have to approve changes. So like anybody, I think, can submit a suggested change to games, but only their approved moderators can like say, yes, that we can verify that that change is correct. So you always have to like provide references to like the game's website and their official accounts and stuff like that. For me, it helps that I am logged into the Sandbox's official Twitch account, because when I say, hey, I work for the Sandbox, this is the official Twitch account, please make these changes, they go, oh yeah, no, that's you. But what I can't do is I can't break their rules. And one of their rules is that the actual name of a game has to be the actual name of the game. You can't change what the real name is unless the real name changes. So the Sandbox that came out in 2012 on mobile devices, which is the first version of the Sandbox we're in currently, is called the Sandbox. And also this version, the third iteration, is also called the Sandbox. So I can't change that fact. So both games show up on Twitch and other sites as the Sandbox, because it's the real name for both of those games. Now, some sites like Twitch, sometimes depending on where you look, might say the Sandbox 2012 or the Sandbox 2021. Again, those numbers look very similar, so that could be confusing also. But there are a couple things that are up to date, so hopefully it will help you click on the right thing if you want to stream the Sandbox. It depends on what website you're on and what tools you're using for streaming, how effectively these things show up. But if I click X on the category that we're streaming, I think if I don't click done, it won't update what we're currently in. But if I type in the Sandbox, can I expand this? Will this make this bigger? Yes, there we go. So I type in the Sandbox. It's going to give me a few options. The first three are all games produced by the companies that Seb and Arthur have been running. So we've got the Sandbox. This first one, you can see this bright blue with this is it must be very, very tiny on your screen, especially if you're mobile. But it's got this little red guy here, which I don't know if he's not on this screen. That's that's a giant dead mouse robot, and it's got Snoop Dogg in his little throne. Again, there's Snoop Dogg on his little throne. So it's very similar to this graphic, just kind of rearranged. This is the Sandbox that you want to stream to. Now, I know that this says it has 380 followers, and this one says 3,800 followers. So you might think, I'll get more viewers if I stream to this Sandbox. The problem is, the Sandbox here, where it says 2012 and has the all lowercase and Sandbox all uppercase, and says publishers by Pixel, those 3,800 followers are expecting you to actually be streaming the mobile version and not this version. So if they see you streaming about this Sandbox that we've always talked about on this stream since I've been doing it, they're going to be like, what is this? This isn't what I came here to watch. And actually, a lot of those accounts they've been around since 2012. They are oftentimes abandoned, or, people grew up, went to college, got a life, lost their login info. A lot of these accounts probably aren't watching anything anymore. So you might think you'll get more viewers with these followers, but you actually don't. You get more followers and viewers here because these are more recent accounts, and they are people who intentionally wanted to see what we're talking about on this stream. So recommend always streaming to this one. Again, this Sandbox came out in 2021, uses the capital T, capital S, and has this icon, whereas the old one, all lowercase, all uppercase in the title, 2012, and has this old pixel art of the Sand God on there. So I was just talking to Lancer yesterday, or last night, this morning, technically, and he was streaming to this one, and I pointed it out, and he's like, oh, okay, I'll fix it. And he clicked on this one, and it didn't update. And he did it like a bunch of times, and eventually it put him on the right one. So it seems like sometimes the interface is maybe a little bit buggy, and the fact that the names are the same probably confuses something somewhere in the tubes. But keep on trying, and you'll have better results here. What's funny is if you look at the old Sandbox, nobody's streaming the old Sandbox anymore anyway. So like all the clips and previous streams and live streams are all of the new Sandbox, but it's just under the wrong title. Yeah, with them being just different cases, you can't pick between them on streaming services. I know HODL. I've tried. This is I asked them to change this to be the Sandbox Mobile. That was an approved name change from Seb. And they said, no, not unless you actually change the name of the app to the Sandbox Mobile. It's against their rules. And this is what I tried doing years ago. And everybody who's asked me about it since then, it's just I procrastinated on it because I already knew that they were going to say no. And they did say no again. I literally just tried this past week. So they won't change the name. They only change the stylizing. And it's against the rules for them to change it. Unless we change the name of the current game to be something else, which I don't think is going to happen either. The 2012 might show up in some places, but again, 2012.
It didn't show up on my search.
It's not part of the title.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if we type in Doom? We get 2024. What? Doom came out this year? Doom 2019, Doom 2000. These dates are all wrong. It's Doom 2016. All three of these are incorrect. This is the look at this. This has 693,000 followers for Doom 2016 because that's the actual real one. Maybe these are re-releases of like updated versions of like DOSBox and various re-releases of the Doom 1995. I don't, that's wild to me. That all three of the first ones all have weird dates.
The funny thing is when I did that search, I just see Doom. I don't see parentheses any dates. None of those show up with dates on my computer, but also
when you're searching when you're Doom. But I mean you're not searching to change the category on a stream you're on. You're searching
you're correct.
The titles of the games. Yeah. So it's something that I've tried changing through the official channels that you're supposed to do it through, that I tried back in 2021 to do it, or maybe it might have even been 2020. I think it was 2021. People have asked several times since then. We had somebody on staff who used to work for Twitch who was contacting his old buddies at Twitch to try to fix this. And then I've just been trying the past week. I don't think that I can do anything else because, like I said, it is specifically against the rules unless the official name of the game changes to make these changes. So I tried. I really tried. I don't know what else that I can do except change the official name of the old game retroactively or the current game, and I don't think either of those things are going to happen.
How dare you not try more?
I will point out though, I mentioned that the old Sandbox is not playable on mobile devices anymore. I tried on my phone and it didn't work. It is still playable on Steam though. You can even like share what you created. Like the servers are still up for it on Steam. It has 0.3 players a month, according to the Steam database. I think that 0.3 of a person was me, because I tried playing it. And then I looked up the statistics and I was like, oh, does that mean I'm the only person who's played it in 3 months? Possibly. So it still works on Steam. You can get the old Sandbox and Sandbox Evolution, which is the second one, on Steam still. The servers for the second one are down. So you can play the game in kind of an offline mode, but you can't check out what other people have built in Sandbox Evolution. But you can still in the Sandbox, the original one. Um, uh, use that as a then why are these wrong? Sorry, Go West. I'm the sentence structure. I'm having a hard time putting together exactly what you mean by that.
Referencing either.
So I did point out to the staff, hey, like the old Sandbox is like it's really defunct. Like it doesn't work on mobile and it's got less than 1 player a month according to the Steam database. But that doesn't. It's like a historical archive. Like I said, it's like Wikipedia. Why are the Dooms with dates wrong to Twitch as an example? I don't think pointing out something that's wrong is going to let us break the rules. I think it'll just make them fix Doom. But also, like I said, Doom, those extra dates may be because of like re-releases. Doom has been re-released on multiple platforms. And so you might be seeing like specifically Doom for like a certain version of DOSBox or something. It's Doom is one of those games that gets the meme is like, oh, you can run Doom on like a fancy refrigerator, right? The refrigerators that have like a computer on them. People will find a way to install Doom to it. They'll do it on smartwatches. That I saw somebody use the screen for a pregnancy test to play Doom. Obviously, the pregnancy test does not have enough computer components to actually play Doom, but they plugged a Raspberry Pi into the screen for the pregnancy test, and we're playing Doom on that screen, which has an awful refresh rate. But so Doom does keep on coming out with new iterations and updates. So maybe that's why those dates are in there. But like I said, that's not going to let us break the rules. And I've pleaded with them. I'm like, please, there's nothing going on in this one. There's actively things going on in this one, and it is confusing to people who are trying to stream and who are trying to watch streams. And that it didn't. All they did was change the stylizing, which that's new. The way the Sandbox is stylized for the old one with the uppercase and lowercase. That wasn't like that before this week.
It's something.
So I can see that their updates did make a change. And if you keep trying, it might eventually show up the right one. That's what Lancer did. He kept on trying to change it, and then eventually it clicked and went to the right one. But I don't think I can get rid of this one because, again, even though there's nobody playing, it is still a game that is sold on Steam, and the servers are still up for it. And people, I checked, and there have been people in the past year who have uploaded some little worlds that they built, little sandboxes that they built to it in the past year. So there are still people on there. I can't say it's a defunct game that's like no longer exists. It still does. We're just kind of stuck in this state. So yeah. Anyway,
one thing I would like to point out, because you're talking about people playing Doom on like pregnancy monitors and whatnot. You know, the original Legend of Zelda game was only 256 kilobytes total.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to put that in perspective, the average email size is about 10 megabytes. So
that's wild.
Just putting those two like numbers next to each other for comparison, like anybody who played the original Legend of Zelda on that gold cartridge, like how many hours did you jam into that game? How much time was there? Like how much enjoyment was there? And it was 256 kilobytes. And back then, that was a big deal. They were like, it's over 200 kilobytes. And people were just like, what?
Yeah.
Now an email, like you can send an email with some servers that's like, what, 40 megabytes? Like I know some companies like Gmail won't let you do that. It's like you have to be like less than 25 or something like that.
They'll put any attachments you put into Google Drive after a certain limit.
After a certain size, yeah.
But to think about how much formatting is in the text. There's so much metadata going to the side of everything, and then all the rich text formatting and stuff.
Still, an email is that much bigger than an entire video game back then.
Yeah, Lieutenant Joe says that if you don't include the attachments, the text email is about 30 to 50 kilobytes. But that's still a quarter of an entire game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot has changed in our lifetime. I mean, the original Legend of Zelda came out in 1985. At least the U.S. release. I don't know if it was a different release date in Japan. And I was born in '89, so it was a little bit before my time, but still, to go from a 3.5 megabyte floppy disk to a terabyte micro SD card in 35 years. That's crazy.
My dad talks about like back in my day, computers filled an entire gymnasium, and I'm like,
I was just explaining that to one of my daughters just yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, because she why did it come up? I think I mentioned something about a computer, something about a computer when I was a kid. She's like, they had computers when you were a kid? I'm like, they had computers when your grandparents were kids. Like, my grandmother,
what a mean thing to say.
My grandmother, her great grandmother, who's still alive and kicking. She's healthy as a horse and traveling the world. She was born, I think, during World War II, or like right at the end of it. I don't remember exactly what year she was born.
1939 to 1942, so
is somewhere in that range. She was born in the 40s, the early 40s, I think. So somewhere in there.
She was born in 1940. She's right in there, yeah.
So she there were computers when she was born, sort of. If you talk,
kind of,
yeah. I mean, the Enigma machine and the stuff that they were working on with Turing, like that was the start of computers. They had electrical mechanical switches. You would tell it to do something, and it goes click 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 for like an hour, and then spits out something complicated. So that's what they had back then. But that's still pretty amazing. And when my great grandmother was born, most people didn't have light bulbs yet. That's crazy too. Yeah, she died at 98 in 2007. She was born in 1909, and it was kind of a big deal if your house had electricity back then. So, yeah. She got to see the internet and stuff. She didn't really use it, but
she's like, I'm scared of technology.
Went to the moon with less processing power than an N64. A lot less processing than an N64. A lot less. Like N64 less processing. They I think they had less processing power than like a Texas Instruments
calculator.
Yeah, exactly. We were thinking the exact same thing. I just saw an ad for a watch that is the Apollo mission computer, and you can actually like select some of the like the programming functions that were on it, but that thing was like a big panel that connected to another box, and it was like I think it was like the first thing to use silicon integrated circuits. And,
oh wow, really?
Yeah. And it's this whole big like machine, so because it was the flight computer, and you could like set up programs and tell it to do math, and it would a lot of the Apollo mission was flown by the computer, and there were certain moments that the humans had to take over, but a lot of it was done by this computer. And so they've released all of the source code for it. It's on GitHub. People were making comments. It was pretty funny. And somebody made a watch that, as I don't think it has all the features of the computer, but it at least has like the interface of the computer with all the buttons and stuff. Super nerdy. It's like a $700 watch, and I'm like, my dad would probably get a kick out of that. I don't know if he'd ever wear it because it doesn't feel like it looks like it would be his style, but he was also a kid watching the Apollo missions, and he was geeking out about it. And now my daughter gets to geek out about the upcoming lunar missions. I'm excited for the future. There's cool stuff coming up.
There always is.
Do you want to play a game? Since that's what we're here. I would
absolutely love to do that.
I could talk about nerdy stuff all day long.
It's okay. I might be encouraging you to do these things, to have these conversations, to say these words with your mouth. So it's kind of my fault too.
So we're here in Complex the Block, And we got this cool music bumping. And something that I didn't notice before, it's kind of cool. It's directing us with this lightning.
The lightning from your feet?
Well, it's the same lightning that we have on our feet, but it's like a path. It's like it's telling us where to go. It's like follow the lightning. And you know me, I'm gonna go the other way just because. Get a little. What's this thing? Oh, it's a little. I thought it was gonna be a VoxEdit. It's actually the interaction marker to check out. This
that's a big
giant shoe.
Dude, watch it. He gonna step on you.
All right, we're gonna follow the lightning now. Oh, Calyx says the arena is closed off right now. Check back later. For now, you should head up to the top of the sneaker structure to start the race. Oh, this sneaker. This is an even bigger shoe. It's a whole building. Look at this.
And the shoelaces, you can run on them.
Wait. Where are you seeing the shoelaces?
At the building, at the very top of it, there's like that thing coming off the lip.
Oh, is that?
I think that's a shoelace.
Oh, is it a shoelace? I never thought of it as a shoelace, but it does look like that would kind of be where the shoelace would come from, right?
Yeah,
the track is laces.
Come from the side,
that makes sense. I played this during the staff test, and I never thought of it that way. Some people were like, "What big shoe are they talking about?" And I'm like,
It takes up the whole sky. I understand why you don't understand what it is.
The building.
Back up a little bit.
The building that's shaped like a shoe. I don't know if the lightning might not have been there before. That might have been added because people were like, "Where's the shoe?" And I'm just like, it's right there.
To be fair, I never look up either, so I can't really rag on these people too much, because I would probably stand right next to it and be looking around and be like, "Where is it? I don't see it. All I see is this giant white wall behind me."
Mm-hmm. Oh, CD-ROMs. Just last night I was seeing somebody talking about was it Papagino's? Oh yeah, so somebody mentioned Papagino's, and I was like, I can't remember if I've ever eaten at a Papagino's. They're really popular in Massachusetts, and I am close to Massachusetts, but I grew up. My parents kind of had a policy, like, if we're gonna spend money going out for pizza, we're gonna get nice pizza. And the church I grew up going to was right next to an Italian place by either a first or second generation Italian immigrant who had started a few Italian restaurants, and they're like, I wouldn't say that it's authentic Italian food. It's Italian American food, but it's like good New York style pizza. And a lot of the places around here are more Greek style pizza, which is okay, but I don't like it as much as New York style pizza. So I grew up going to these relatively expensive Italian restaurants, but not very often. We didn't get pizza very often. Usually we would get a frozen DiGiorno pizza, and we would make that along with like a salad and other sides, and it would be one DiGiorno pizza for 6 people. I grew up in like a deficit
Battle
of pizza.
Royale.
Not bad. No. My mom would serve all the plates, so you got what you got.
Fair enough.
Eventually, as all my siblings, I'm 7 years the oldest, but as all my siblings became teenagers, it's like, okay, we got to do 2 pizzas now. One is not enough to feed 2 adults, 3 adults, and 3 teenagers, basically. Yeah, but I was like, I don't know the difference between Papagino's and Papa John's. So I'm like, look it up online. And like, I didn't really grow up with either. Sometimes we get Domino's. Usually we got Pizza Hut because of Book It. We're in the Book It program.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, Pizza Hut was always like the top of like the chain pizzas.
This is the height of luxury.
Right. And somebody was talking about, to be back in 2005, popping Linkin Park into your CD player and walking down to Papa John's, and then going back to play Halo 2. And everybody's like getting all nostalgic about that. And somebody was like, who was using a CD player? Who was using a Discman in 2005? And I was like, yeah, by 2005, I was on to the thumbstick that had buttons on the side and a little tiny LCD screen and a headphone jack, because my parents wouldn't get me a Zune or an iPod.
I was just about to say, I was so rocking the Zune. Everybody else with their iPod, I was like,
Zune had color video before the iPod did. Zune had color video. Shop. I so wanted a Zune because I didn't care about Apple, and I mean, it's like the iPod was cool, but Zune had the video playback, and I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to save up my money for that. It never happened. So I had that little thumbstick with like 100 megabytes of storage for songs. Put like
so many songs,
like 30 MP3s on there.
That's so many songs.
It was all pop punk and anime soundtracks in 2005 for me. Like Cowboy Bebop, Fooly Cooly. I liked the opening theme songs to like Naruto, even though I didn't watch Naruto.
Oh, it's so good.
Do I need to talk to this guy? Oh, he has the gray exclamation point because I did it.
I get so nostalgic every time the Pervy Sage music starts playing.
I don't know what that means. Is that Naruto?
With no context, that sounds really weird. Yeah, it was Naruto. It was the guy who taught him, the Toad Sage.
Okay.
Naruto always used to call him the Pervy Sage because he would always catch him like peeking into bathhouses and stuff.
Oh,
and
okay.
He
sounds
had
like a great teacher.
Very specific. He's a wonderful role model, but he was super pervy, says Panda. Hi, Panda! But yeah, he had his own theme music, and whenever it plays, like, it takes me back. Like, I heard it was like their ringtone for somebody the other day, and I was like walking in public, and this phone starts ringing, and I just literally, my wife just kept walking, and I stopped, my head cocked to the side, and I was just like, And she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, it's the Pervy Sage music. And she's like, I'm going to need so much information as to what you just said.
Right. Like, do I know who you are, really? Like, we've been together for years, but...
Say those words again with context now.
Keep on. I think I need to stop holding shift on some of these jumps. I'm a little overshooting on some spots. I do like, however, I think this is one of the better parkour courses that I've played in a while. Because
why is that? What makes it better?
Well, it's got some unique stuff going on, like these little swivel things, and I've seen other places use that, but it uses a lot of them. So we've got these switches that we have to step on, and then the platforms will rotate or change. It's not really a puzzle. It's very clear what you need to do. So I think that's actually why I like it, because sometimes
a little less direction.
Well, it's no. I like that it's very clear to me what I'm supposed to be doing.
A little more direction.
Yeah. So sometimes parkour is like puzzle parkour. And I like puzzle parkour also, but sometimes you want to just be able to like do more of the free running, which is where parkour comes from. Like that's the other name for it, right? Is free running, where you just are like, okay, I've got a path, and I'm gonna take this crazy way to do it because it's maybe faster than climbing up the side of the building is faster than taking the elevator apparently. So. It's a very free feeling. It's feeling like a bird or like a monkey, Tarzan swinging from trees. You're just going, and I like that.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
It's like a liberating feeling, and I dig it. It's not as much brain power as like super complicated parkour where you're like, oh, is it this path or is it this path? I there's no decisions to make here except for timing. Oop. I should have jumped there instead of just running off the edge,
what? At least you're having fun.
So I like that that it feels fast. Oh, I slipped. There we go. Okay, now why am I getting stuck here? What's happening? Am I slipping off the surface? I'm not sure. I got through it that time. But just in general, this feels like a very slick course. And it looks nice too. And it's got cool music too. Got this
can definitely dig it.
Nice 80s synth popping right now.
Oh, I want to hear.
You should go and play this one. Whoop. And we achieved our goal of doing the parkour in under, what was it, under 8 minutes or something? I don't remember what time.
8 minutes?
I think so. Yeah, either like under 8 or under 10. I don't remember what the quest said. I got 4 minutes 11 seconds. I've gotten better time. I've done a run of this without falling at all before, so I've had much better time than this. But under 6 minutes, it says right there on the screen.
I wonder what Panda's time was.
Pretty good. I don't remember.
Was it better than yours?
Probably. Probably better
Panda
than even
2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think I got quite down that low. I did get definitely under 3. I think I can run it again, right?
He got 1 minute 42 seconds.
Am I being challenged here?
I'm not challenging anyone. I'm just reading words on the screen. I'm just reading words on the screen. Don't put words in my mouth. Thank you very much.
My wrist has been getting tired from all this gaming lately, so.
Oh.
There's definitely a lot of spots where you can take more practical jumps. Also, I'm doing this without any equipment. I did have a pretty good run with speed equipment on.
So, do you have speed equipment in your inventory, or is it just an excuse you're using right now? Okay, gotcha.
You totally don't need to climb the sides there.
No, you don't. Or you don't need to put in speed equipment either.
You kind of do have to slow down on some of these spots to like let the platforms move.
Patient Pete, you gotta watch where you're stepping and what you're saying. Sometimes you're just mouthing off to the wrong block.
Yeah, it gets pretty complex when that happens.
Ooh, One Box T says they did have a bunch of speed equipment on when they ran it. So I don't know if they're cheating or you're just, not trying. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wow. Wow. So, I hold my breath a lot. Something that I've been realizing lately. I need to stop doing it.
Okay.
Like just now when you were running, when those blocks were falling over and you were kind of leading them, so to speak.
Yeah.
I started holding my breath there. I realized this might be a problem at some point because like the other day in the gym I was lifting and I was lifting pretty heavy and I was holding my breath and you're supposed to breathe when you're exercising. Yeah,
that's very important for weightlifting.
And I look up and I go, uh-oh. And I started to pass out. And the guy that was just some random dude was standing next to me, literally puts his arms out and catches me under the arms. And I look up and I was like, what happened? I'm good. I definitely didn't fall over. Oh, Alex fell over twice. And he looks at me and just goes, I recognize that uh-oh. I've said that uh-oh before.
I know your uh-oh.
I know that uh-oh. I'm well familiar with that uh-oh. I was like, oh, that's nice. Thank you so much. But yeah, so I did that just now. I was just holding my breath while you were running. So I almost had to do an uh-oh on screen. With
2 falls, I'm already at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So the speed equipment is definitely needed to get that sub 2 minute time. Because I think despite the falls, it's that one platform really gets me a lot.
We got a great question in the chat when you're done with this statement.
If I can remember what the statement was.
You were saying you need
my run has felt pretty good despite the couple falls. I took a couple shorter paths. I don't know if OneBox had some like big shortcuts that they were able to take. 3 minutes 17 seconds with no speed equipment. It's pretty good. All right, what's the question?
The question is it possible to get a second Alpha Season 4 pass when the first one bought on OpenSea has already been used?
Yeah, so I don't think there's anything that prevents you from buying more passes. And I could be wrong. Welcome to be corrected. But I don't think anything blocks you from purchasing more. You just want to make sure that it's unused, whatever you get, so that way you can use it. And that's why we're recommending not buying secondary, and especially not buying secondary on OpenSea, where it doesn't show you if it's been used or not. If you wanted to buy more passes to give to friends or something, so if you wanted to buy one for your wife, for your kids, or a friend, or you're doing like giveaways, if you have a community of people and you wanted to give away some passes that way, I would recommend using a separate account that is not playing at all. In fact, I probably wouldn't even KYC it, because if it's not KYC'd, then you can't claim any rewards. So, just set up a secondary wallet and make a separate account for that. And use that to buy and distribute the passes that you want to share with others, or just send them the sand and have them buy it. Because I think there might be a bug, and I haven't had a chance to check it for myself. But somebody told me that they bought a pass to give to their wife, and it stamped both of the passes. So you want to make sure that that you're not doing that. Oh, okay. Scratch what I said. Don't buy extra passes. Just give them sand so they can buy the pass themselves. All right. Yeah, and it's 25 sand. So like if somebody wants a pass, just send them the sand. It's easier that way. And then you don't have to worry about stamping or anything like that. Ooh. Congratulations, your Complex Sword NFT will appear in the claims tab on the TSP website within 20 minutes or less. We get a sword for this? You get a sword from playing this course? That's pretty cool. All right, so we need to get some speed equipment on. Do we want to do a giveaway?
Sure.
All right, let's do a giveaway.
We can do that. We can do that. Right, meow.
When gem filter on inventory. 42.
42 what?
Speed on this jacket. I've got better speed on something else.
Okay, so one thing I want to comment on really quick. That power ring that recently got distributed, I really like that. I like the assets that are like either highly robotic looking, well, without being too bulky, or super like slim and tapered so that you can actually see the avatar. Like I really like, there's like an ice rapier. I really like that one because it's not too big, it's not too bulky, but it's still got some, some swag to it. I really enjoy that power ring because it's just super tiny and you put it on and it's just like, bling. I don't know. It's something about that I just really enjoy. Like I really enjoy my Lucky Cat sneakers, but they're really bulky. And so if I could have those like a little smaller, like they would be perfect. Like the wings on the side and everything. I love those, but I really enjoy that new power ring that came out. And I was not expecting that. And I was really happy with that when it popped into my inventory.
I don't know what you're talking about. A power ring.
If you scroll down on your screen a little bit, you've actually passed it a couple times, which is what made me think about it.
Ring of the Powerful?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
I like that.
Oh, it's like an actual ring.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
It's super fancy. I like it. Like it a lot. Plus, then my green alien hands still get to show through.
All right. So we got to find some speed stuff. Oh, 48. I think, was this 47? 42. Okay, so that's slightly better. Oh, 87. Let's go with the warp backpack. This is when 0.10 came out. For sure. Going that one.
It's like the Energizer Bunny.
But we'll check. I'm gonna try to max out my speed as much as I can. I don't have 100 speed on. I don't know if I have 100 speed on anything. But I do have.
I do.
What's that on?
The Lucky Cat shoes I was just talking about.
I don't think I have those.
I think there's only like 7 pairs of them made.
Rare item.
This legendary item. It's got like perfect speed.
I do have several 100 defense and 100 power items.
Yeah.
I didn't really focus on speed because I mean I actually prefer not playing with a bunch of speed on because you go too fast and it becomes harder to control.
95. Yeah, they're 95 speed. They're not perfect. I thought they were perfect. I should just throw them away.
Yep, useless. I'll take them. I'll burn
them in the bin.
I'll burn them for you. I will totally not hoard them.
Yeah, they're the celestial winged boots from Lucky Cat Land.
All right, let's see. I don't think I'm gonna have a better chest equipment than this. Because
the season 4 spaceport legs are really cool too. I really like those.
They are, but there's no. Oh wait, that's not. Season 4 spaceport legs. I see white space legs. Oh, these ones. Oh yeah, these are power though.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying I like them.
Were these acclaimed from the season?
Yeah.
These are super cool. I really like these.
Yeah.
I don't. So my sneakers on my avatar are a little bit wider than normal, so they Z fight with a lot of shoes. But
you know what? Your shoes now have those little blinky lights on the bottom of them. That's how I see that.
I like that it's like overalls, like when you take off a spacesuit.
Yep.
Those are really cool. I like those.
Yeah, they're really. I don't know who made these or who designed them, but I like it a lot.
All right. So let's see what we got for. I know I've got a hat.
Dragon legs have lots of speed, according to One Box T.
Which dragon legs? The blue ones? Is it that?
The blue
the ones that look like elfin. Oh, these have 91 speed. They also are very bulky and make it kind of hard to see where you're running. 91 speed on those. I think my artifact shoes are similar.
You can also take the Ring of the Powerful off.
Oh, you can also hide things. Like we can just not show them and still have the power.
Oh dang!
Yeah,
there you go.
That's I never think to do that. I'm always like showing off the equipment. I'm like I could also just take the stats and like not worry about how it looks.
Yeah.
Oh no, the artifacts are only 48 speed. I thought they were a lot faster than that. Where are they?
You got like 1 million pairs.
No. For the artifact shoes, I only have these the gray ones and the blue ones. I think I have blue ones. Where'd they go? Do I have the blue ones? I think they were in my inventory because I like wish listed them and not because I actually owned them. And I cleared out my. Oh no, I do have them. 81 speed, so they are fast, but they're not 90 over 90. So we're gonna go with those. We're just gonna hide them. They're too much. It's too much.
Too much.
All right. I know one of the Wizzy hats has really good speed. I think it's the Benefactor hat. The Benefactor hat was a special one that I sent out to people who had donated Wizzy items to other people. And I didn't tell people that I was doing this hat. But I checked your wallet transactions to see who had sent people Wizzy items without selling them. So meaning you had shared.
Gib.
Yeah, you gave without receiving sand back. Where is it? It's green. Oh, there it goes. For some reason, sometimes it does this, not always. Right now, it's sorting all the items I made at the top. And sometimes it sorts it by who made them, and sometimes it sorts them by how old they are. So this has 76 speed. I think I actually have a faster hat, but it's not a Wizzy hat. I'm already at 254 speed. Let's see. Basically, I need to start looking at just the legendary light. I need to ignore anything that's like rare or uncommon because they're not going to have more than 50 points of something.
One of these days we'll have a filter, a legendary filter.
Can't wait.
And everything will be yellow.
And it was all yellow.
I was just thinking that.
I don't even remember who sings that song.
I have no idea.
That's the only part of that song that I remember. Is it is it Coldplay?
I literally don't know.
I don't remember. It is Coldplay. I got it right. I was I was giving my wife such a hard time on when we went to the Ren Fair. My father-in-law took the kids home and my wife and I stayed later. And so after dark they did jousting with things on fire. Like the lances on fire, and there was a whip on fire. The whip on fire was crazy because it was the whole length of the whip on fire, and they'd crack it and the flames went everywhere. He'd like wrap it around his body and his shoulders would catch on fire for a second, and we're like, is he gonna die? But they were before.
Are we watching him die? What is happening right now?
But before the whole thing, and it was a whole like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, like who's gonna take power over the throne of hell or whatever, kind of that was like the whole backstory to this thing. That's what their joust was about. It was a little corny, very heavy metal. It was cool. And before the show actually started, they were pumping up the crowd. We're all like sitting there shivering after dark, and they're pumping up the crowd with heavy metal music. And I knew, like, my wife recognized every song, but she got the names of the bands wrong on almost every song. And if she was able to name a title by that band, she was getting the wrong title for that song. Or it just Disturbed Down with the Sickness started playing, and she's like, "Oh, it's Bodies by Drowning Pool." I'm like, no. The one she finally got was I think she said Back in Black, but it was Highway to Hell. But at least she got like AC/DC. It was pretty funny. That like
you sweet summer child.
I'm terrible with names of anything, songs, bands, people. I'm just bad at remembering names. And somehow I knew all of them, and she was getting them all wrong. It was a fun night.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I had to work to get there, and then work to get there again.
Did I? So I showed you all my Wizzy hat, right?
Yes.
I mean, wizard hat, but I didn't show you my mod. I showed Lucas, but.
You showed me because I'm special. And he's gone. So yeah, we've got a giveaway form in the chat. If you would like to win an Alpha Pass, I suggest you fill it out. If you don't want to win an Alpha Pass, don't fill it out. That's up to you. But I know there is more people in the chat right now that have filled out the form. So please take advantage. One Box T says my max speed is 529. What? How's that even possible? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I guess there's 6 slots if you have 6 perfect items.
All right. One Box T has over 5. What? Well, I think One Box T kept on minting legendary equipment to get high rolls on speed.
Speed item.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's smart.
So that's something you can do. Make some cool designs, and you get legendary catalysts and whatever stat you want to max out. Just use your legendary catalysts. So that's over 500 speed. That would be why they got under 2-minute time. Yeah, and if you want to re-roll, you mint one. If you're not happy with the roll, burn it, re-upload, mint again. You can do that, but it's expensive. Legendary catalysts.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't get the catalyst back once you burn the asset. Otherwise, you could just re-roll all the time, right? So no, it's very expensive to do that. It's like pay to win but heavy gacha, right? You got to pray to the RNG gods.
RNGesus does not like me.
Those Tygon Summer of 92 pants are 78 speed. That's pretty good too.
I mean, nobody wants a roundhouse kick to the face while somebody's wearing those.
It's be very fast. You wouldn't even see it coming.
Would not.
All right, I got to find some speed arms.
We just had a little bit of a jump in viewers. That's nice.
Oh.
Went up by about 20 people.
Nice. Where'd that come from?
Me.
Just you.
I'm gonna take
Lucas.
I'm gonna take complete credit for all of it.
Oh, Panda posted in the Discord. Thank you, Panda. I always forget to do that because if I do it too often, I might get in trouble.
It is a fine line to walk.
Yeah. I'll let Panda do it. Let her take the heat. Oh, these are the blue dragon legs that they're talking about. 76. But I think I'm gonna go with the 91 ones that I got. All right, so we need arms with speed. I don't think any of those have speed. What about my pirate gloves? Nope. Actually, I don't think. Well, these have some speed. Oh, those are legs. Oh no, I messed up.
How dare you?
I need my dragon legs back. Where'd they go? There they are. And I don't have the dragon arms. All right. I don't have that many arms compared. Like I have a lot of shoes. I have a lot of hats. I have a good number of chests. But I don't have very many arms.
I got 2.
And it's even harder to find legendary arms. And
I like to think mine are pretty legendary.
Well, that's called hard work for you. Get your tickets to the gun show?
No, they keep selling out.
Your wife bought all of them.
Oh, I like that one. It's so I like the aura stuff, but it's so hard to tell which body part they go on. I mean, a lot of them are for head. Yeah, almost all of those are head pieces. What's this? It's a watch. Ooh, with 21 speed. A little upgrade. I forgot about this one. It's so cool. Forgot about what one?
The watch I'm wearing.
Oh. What's that from?
I don't remember. Used by Dame to jump through time. That was that really cool game with, is he a basketball player?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that experience was so cool, and I think we had a crash right at the end, and I've never seen the game up again. I hope sometime it goes back up, because I really wanted to see the conclusion of that game, and it was a really cool game, like the way you would jump around through different like the environmental changes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I miss that one. There's a lot of experiences that I miss, even going back to like when the Game Maker first came out. Things that I would like to replay. And some are lost to time because they were made so long ago, and they didn't get kept through various updates, so the compatibility got lost. I don't know that I'm gonna find any faster arms than this, unfortunately. I need like speed boxing gloves. None of these.
Got a question from Caleb Agnew over on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
They said, "Do you guys know why some of the IP passes don't show up to claim? I've had 2, but not all 3 show up, even though I am past the level."
So sometimes the claims take a little bit longer than expected. We hope that it takes like 20 minutes, but there have been times where I've had to go back a day or two later to check out a claim. A lot of that's to do with the amount of traffic on the site, and it's the thing that we're constantly working to improve over the course of the season. If your claims haven't shown up for a couple days, I would recommend making a ticket. I should really just have this note like sticky somewhere, or this URL sticky somewhere for the claim, or for the ticketing support stuff. 1 second. If you go to docs.sandbox.game, you go to docs.sandbox.game, and we scroll down to help and contact. There is a web support system where you can make a ticket here, and that goes right to our Sandbox devs. If you're not sure that you want to like fill out a full report that's needed for something like this, you can also go to our Discord, which all that stuff is linked here on this page as well, and make a ticket on our Discord, and they can work on helping you as well. Let me paste that in the chat here. Lieutenant General says there's an issue with claim distribution. Most people are experiencing this. I would say most are experiencing it in like varied amounts. So it's like some claims are showing up for some people and not for other people, and then other claims are showing up for some people and not for or for other people and not for some people, right? So it's just been a thing where the system is getting like a lot of requests in and out of it. I mean, we're getting tens of thousands of users. So hold on a second, my wife just texted me.
Nope, no holding, no seconds, no time for you.
She's picking up my prescription from the pharmacy, and she was making sure that it was just one. I don't even need it. Like I haven't run out. But I'm going to be in England starting tomorrow for 5 days. And if you don't pick up your prescription like within a week, sometimes they're like, I guess they didn't need it, and they like take it away. And so when you go to pick it up, and they're like,
we're giving this one else.
Right? Yeah. So. Wait, you're coming to England? Yeah, Panda. I'm gonna show up at your house unannounced, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Senor Fancy Pants over here is just gonna pop into your doorstep and be like, "Hi, I'm sleeping here now."
Deal with it.
It's like Harry Potter flu travel. You're just gonna explode through your fireplace.
All right, yeah, I don't think I have any faster arms. That's kind of disappointing. All right, so I think I've got the fastest pieces on for that, and now we need a fast weapon. 19 is not incredible, but it's an improvement.
If you have the ice saber, that's a pretty good one.
Do I have the ice saber?
I don't know. You have a lot in your inventory. I never took the time to go through it all.
I don't think I have the ice saber. There's my 100-point damage. Fenrir Frost.
It's not big or anything.
Yeah, not only is it 100 points of damage, but it's got a giant hitbox. Let's see. I'm not seeing Ice Saber in here.
Oh, you already passed all that stuff anyway, so.
What do you mean all that stuff?
Like where all the Ice Saber was during the Blaze Games sale. So,
oh yeah, yeah. I wasn't with all the Blaze Game stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we got a 19 speed on that. Let's just click through here fast. Oh, I got 21, 24. The Alpha Sword's got 24 speed. That's pretty good. Magma Blade's got 24 speed also. Oh, 28 on the Tentacle Spear. Actually, I think I remember this one being particularly fast. 28. Oh, 36 on this shield. I think I've used this shield before for speed runs. So we're at 28 and 36. I don't think we're going to get better than that.
So Play Game for Fun says, landowner's reward, only the first was able to claim. Is it still under fixing? I want to say yes, it is. Because I know there was a period of time where Alex and myself, we had the first one available and the fourth one available. The second and the third were unavailable. And that's now fixed for me.
Okay.
Like, if I go in there and I look at it, if I go to the landowners right now, I can claim all four. So I'm going to say yes, that has been fixed.
Okay, cool. All right, I think we've got our fastest equipment.
Thank God.
It takes a while to go through it all. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to support other artists.
It would be really cool if you could save like a speed run outfit and like a defense outfit, like an adventure outfit. You know what I'm saying?
If I don't take this stuff off, depending on which game I jump into, it might be saved. But I think we're working on something like what you're asking for.
Okie dokie.
Do I feel faster? Maybe a little bit.
Oh, if you don't feel faster, I'm gonna scream. I'll scream right into this microphone.
Well, I've got 339 speed added on now.
That's a bit. That's more than nothing.
I don't know if this is still happening, and I don't know if it's already happening or if it's not happening yet, when it will happen. It's kind of hard for me to measure. But when we decided to change to only having speed, defense, and power as our attributes, magic and luck kind of lucked out. But I think part of the idea was that those attributes might add into the other attributes. And I'm not sure if it's doing it right now, and if we might possibly do that, or if those attributes might come back. I'm not sure. But I hope we do something with them, because we've got some all magic and all luck items, and I would like those stats to mean something. All right, so 339 speed. Let's see what this does. I'm going to turn on full sprinting so I'm not jamming that shift key. Let's go.
Get it. Get it. There's a chance you're going too fast.
I know.
I don't know.
I almost didn't make the slide. Ooh, no! I got shoved off the edge. I was going too fast for that. I'm gonna have to restart, I think. Can you restart?
Yeah, I don't know
what happens if I respawn, does it?
Lauren Soul says you're gonna end up in client 7.2 going that fast.
So, 7.2.
They're saying you're going to go back in time because you're going.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
0.61 gigawatts or whatever the Doc Brown sends you need.
Oh wow! Okay, so you can't really restart it because as you go up the elevator, it actually senses that you cross the point where you die. So. Oop, oop, oop. That took too long on the platform. It moved back. That was good. I'm disappointed that I didn't catch that because I just watched Back to the Future 2.
1.21 gigawatts. That's what it is. I had to look it up. I couldn't.
Gigawatts.
Remember. I was like, no. Yeah.
Gigawatts.
Is it giga or is it giga?
I think he says gigawatts in the movie.
Oh wow.
Which is, it's like the GIF thing, but everybody knows it's supposed to be gigawatts. Yeah. Oh, what did I just jump off of?
Hopes and dreams.
Apparently.
Wow, you're going so fast. You pulled a flash and you ran up the building.
I wish there was a. Whoa, my equipment spawned faster than I did. Can I do it again?
Hopefully.
What is going on? I've never seen that before. Like I respawn, die, my equipment shows up, and then I show up. It's all out of order. That's how fast I'm going, apparently. I've broken reality.
As you do.
Why did the... Okay. I don't know why the other platform didn't move, but... I just stall jumped on the on that platform until I got what I wanted. So I feel like there's some places where I could probably take some shortcuts here.
Is this the multiplayer?
Way. There we go.
This is multiplayer, right?
This is single player.
Oh wow.
Which I actually appreciate because single player games, you don't have to deal with any server latency. So things like moving platforms or switching platforms like this, what you see is exactly what you get.
That's why I thought you were able to run kind of in the air, was because of a little server latency.
Yeah, I think there was like something on the surface of that platform that was letting me kind of jump on it. Oh, I feel like if I jumped the right way, I feel like I could probably skip part of that. I feel like there's some potential for skips in here, and I still die on that particular platform every single time. Like, I feel like from here, I feel like I can jump like that. I can. So there's definitely some room for shortcuts in there, especially with the speed equipment. But that's where it kind of becomes, to get that max speed, you go from flow state of just like relaxing, not necessarily relaxing, but just like fun, chill speed running, to it becomes puzzle platforming as you go like, can I get from here to here? All right, let's try this again without all the falling. I didn't even look at what my time was that time because I knew it was bad. Oh, I didn't slide. No. Okay, I messed up already. But maybe see my hand isn't in the usual position it's in when I hold shift, so like my finger wasn't lined up right to hit C for sliding. That's why.
I messed that slide up. Whenever there's a portion on a map where it's like you gotta like time the slide into this area, I'm just like, well, I'm out, because that's not gonna work. I like just run into it face first. I can just see my avatar with a broken nose over and over again because I can't figure out the timing for the slide.
And I definitely am running too fast for some of these jumps. Like I'm just kind of clearing platforms. Like just skip a couple. Oh, yeah.
Go West says, are you faster sliding or jumping in a slide area?
I honestly don't know. I feel like it doesn't make that big of a difference either way. But when you're not sliding, you have more control. And so right there, the sliding did definitely... I slowed down while jumping in the air. But it kind of depends on when and how you jump, I think. Because sometimes... See, there it like launched me forwards, but sometimes you jump up and it actually kind of stops your momentum. So you kind of have to get lucky with that, I think. And just clear it all. Just skip all those platforms. You don't need them. I'm already over 2 minutes and not even in the second area yet. I fell too many times. Oh, that's why I think I jumped over that button last time. That's why the platform didn't clear.
So what you're saying is you broke the platform and the button. Got it.
I skipped the button, so the platform didn't move to where I needed it to be. Oh no, I fell right away. What? I have to go through that whole swimming section again? What? It sent me way back. I must have skipped a checkpoint. Oh, I think... Wait, there's a checkpoint right there. Did I not land on it before? I'm gonna skip that little section there.
Dang, that was a big jump.
You gotta wait for these platforms to come up. But at least... Oh no! I fell in the goo!
Secret of the use, man. The secret is it kills you every time.
The platforms are moving down! No! I'm stuck here! Oh, if I had jumped there earlier, I gotta wait again. Is there a problem with the Omnom Panic experience? I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I think Panda's planning on playing that tomorrow. So hopefully, if there's any issue, it's cleared up before she goes live. No, why did it go down? Why did it go down? Definitely, I am not used to controlling the character moving this fast, and it's actually making me take longer because I'm dying more often. So this is the point where like all the speed equipment is a detriment, because I think my best speed was what, 3 minutes and 12 seconds or something like that on that earlier run. And oh, this was an area where I thought that I could skip some sections, so we went around this way. Let's just see. Let's use this extra time we got to experiment. So I don't think I can jump off of that. Nope. Let's see. So we start here, right? Can I clear this? Oh, almost. I might be able to make that if I jump up here. Is it gonna let me climb? No. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. I can. Oops, I fell. Oh, really? I can't go that way?
Are you trying to go back?
Yeah, a little bit. Ooh, what's up here?
Secret room.
There's a little kitty cat thing there. What was that? There's a little... What is this? This is an Easter egg? What's this guy? Can I pick him up?
Oh. Little skelecat.
Yeah. I wonder if there's Easter eggs in this. I didn't know about that. That's cool. It's just like
it's not probably somebody's cat, but I don't think it's somebody's real cat.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, you would never see that in a normal run through because you run straight out this way. You wouldn't see that over there. So I feel like that's like a little hidden tidbit. Oh, I'm so close. I'm so close to landing on that.
You should take a picture with that cat. Take a picture with that cat. Take a screenshot.
Hey! Okay, we can skip that whole area there.
Or just skip it. You know, just don't listen to me at all. My words are pointless.
You want me to take a screenshot? Be like, who dis?
I think you should take a screen. No, I'm just saying, like, what if there's an event in the future? It's like, take a screenshot with the hidden skeleton cat in Complex.
I'm trying to face the right direction here.
I guess you don't need to take a screenshot too, because we could just take a screenshot of the show.
I took a screenshot.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I am closing the form. One of the questions on the form was, would you like to win an Alpha Pass? 2 people said no. Don't worry, I'll take you out of the form.
Here's the giveaway. Do you want to participate? No.
Nope, don't want to participate. All right, cool. We won't make you.
So it's one of those speedrun risks that you, if you have a harder jump, it's easier to miss and slow you down. But I do feel like skipping, going up around here, across that, over here, to go down that seems like a pretty good savings. And it's not the worst jump. I keep on missing it, but I don't feel like it should be that hard. It's pretty close. I think you just got to get the angle right for the distance, and you definitely need the speed equipment to cross this far. There we go. I think I was aiming too far down, and it was making the jump too long. And then how far could this take us? Can we walk on this? No, there's a blocker right here, so we can't. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe. There's a possibility. I'm saying there's a chance. I love this part of the song. Get those intense 80s synths going. There we go. Okay. I got that. Is there a checkpoint up here? There's no checkpoint up here. There's a checkpoint over there. Let's grab this checkpoint. Because we can skip going around. That might actually be faster. Instead of jumping from here. My hat looks orange with all this lava and pink lighting. Instead of jumping from the respawn point here across to the slide, if you just run straight out, go up the ladder here, you can totally do that. I feel like that's a way easier jump and gets you further along, because you still have to climb up a ladder at the end of the slide here. So I feel like this would be a faster path. And then let's see. Is this climbable? That's not climbable. But it's blocking us from getting to the ladder on the other side. That's what that's there for. Oops. Jumped the wrong way. It's okay. So if we are up here, yeah, I don't think. Oh, well, there's that. Nope. That could have been something. It could have been something.
It could have been a contender.
Basically. Okay, we jump here. We fall on that. And then we can't reach the ladder there. It might be possible, but I feel like that jump's too hard. We can just go this way and fall in the lava. This route only takes 15 minutes. Hey, we're discovering the shortcuts. It's going to take longer. So that way we can make this run take less time. I wonder if we can reach anything from this jump here. That's too high. But can we skip out onto that ice where I always die every time? Maybe. So skip jumping down there, just go straight this way. Hey! I like that better. And then we got the ladder. Could we clear this jump? This feels too long. How do we get up to that one? Is that the parkour course I keep skipping? Can we just jump straight across? Ah, nope, we can't clear it. Maybe if we had over 500 speed. But no, we can't clear that. However, we could definitely do that. Like that. This is all for fun, right? No need to have the fastest time? Absolutely. There is no time-based leaderboard in this season.
Yeah,
and getting
just having fun. He's playing around.
Yeah. There's no need for this for the leaderboard. The complex might do some sort of thing to like share a screenshot of your best time. I haven't seen any posts about that. Yeah. All right. I always forget that is the end section of the race. So hey, it didn't even take 15 minutes. It only took 12. All right, let's go again.
You just going right back into it.
Yeah, while it's fresh.
I respect the dedication.
I know I messed up the slide again. I need to be ready. After the first ladder is the slide. I need to be ready with my hand on C for crouch. It's the only crouch in the entire thing, so I'm not usually like ready for a crouching slide. Oh. And now I'm running the issue again where I'm going too fast and I'm clearing the end of a platform. But sometimes, if we go far enough, we can just totally skip platforms too. Like that.
Yeah, Alex, you get like you remember the patterns for the levels in a way that I just don't.
Oh no, they turned back. I mean, I think it's just a practice thing. A little bit of muscle memory, but also, like, I think my ability to memorize things is not nearly as good as my ability to figure them out quickly. That's what I've noticed. Like, people talk about with ADHD, like, forgetting where you put things, or like, what was I about to do, or like, where did I put my phone? I'm usually really fast to like find and remember those things, but it's not because I have a good memory for them. I forget stuff really quickly. It's because I repeat what the steps were in my head. I like retrace my path like really fast, and I think that's the coping mechanism that I taught myself for ADHD before I knew I had it. Is I just like I run through all the instructions and all the steps really, really quickly. So some of it's a reaction time and pattern recognition.
Some of it's a learned coping mechanism that you've practiced over the years.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I couldn't see the platform because of all the flames.
Sir Lokian just said the landowner rewards just arrived for me and my claim.
Nice.
And I just did a refresh on my claims page, and they're there for me as well. And they weren't there like a couple minutes ago. So very nice.
I totally didn't take the shortcut, but I took a different shortcut. Oh. Same here. I also have OCD, so I'm basically a pain in for some.
I think they left out a certain word. Pain in the bum is what they may have been implying. One box, I think you're nothing but fantastic.
Oops.
You've never been a pain in my bum, but hey.
So one box, do you think that your OCD plays into a feeling of needing to complete levels and get to the highest points, and if you don't do it, you haven't completed your mandatory routine
objective?
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel with like achievements and stuff. Like I got to keep on doing it. That's why I don't give up on games. Even if I'm like, this is not fun, I'm not having a good time, but I need to finish it.
But I need it.
That's how I felt. Oh, good grief. So Joe unfortunately got me into Call of Duty. I used to always like the storyline for Modern Warfare's campaign, but I never played the multiplayer, and I still don't really like the multiplayer players because they're oftentimes very toxic people and just not a personality I vibe with. But I got into skin completionism, and I need to like get all the skins on all the guns, and it's a grind. And also all the like little banners that you can get for, even though I'm never going to use any of them, I just want to know that I have all of them. And one of them was like, you have to come out with the top score in capture the flag 7 times. And it doesn't mean you have to win.
In a row or just total?
Total.
Okay.
But capture the flag is in a mode that I don't play. Like I like capture the flag traditionally, but
they pulled you into it.
But it's in the version of Call of Duty called Core versus Hardcore. Hardcore is like basically one shot, and Core is like everybody's a bullet sponge, and it's annoying to me that I don't like Core. I like Hardcore. Because I have that fast reaction time where I'm like, somebody there, bam, I got him. Whereas everybody else is like, aha, I'm gonna shoot you for like 5 minutes and then I win. And I'm not as good at that part. So so capture the flag, it was just like a couple weeks in a row of just suffering through it to get the top score 7 times to unlock the thing that I'm never ever going to use, but I just needed to know that I had it. And it was just like, not a lot of people play that mode, so every single match you're up against the same people, and they like know each other and recognize each other. Like, oh hey, you're back, and I'm like, yeah, I hate you because you always get really good scores. Even when you're on my team, you beat my score, and then I don't get it.
Can you just not? Can you just let me have this?
Can you just disconnect right at the end of the match so I have the top score, please?
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah,
I feel like that's fair.
And so then I get into sandbox games, and a lot of them are great, and I love them. And I've also played some stinkers before where I'm like, oh, but I really need to get to the end of this parkour course, no matter how painful it is. We're gonna get under 3 minutes. Easy. We got 3 minutes and 42 seconds. That's not the best time that I've had. I had a bunch of falls. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get under 3 minutes easily. We're gonna do it this time. I've got my finger ready for C.
I believe in you, Alex. You can do it.
Okay, we successfully did the hardest part of it. Ooh, no! Let me over. that wiggly platform. That gets me a lot of times.
Oh. It's like, hey, come on down. Come on down. Yeah, just come on. You'll be fine. You won't get hurt. And then it's just like drop.
All right, we're not getting the under 3 minute run this time, but at least I got that one bit. Oh, why did I slide off the edge? And we can just skip some of them.
So JKing asks, On the Sandbox web medium, it says for the final raffle, 500 players will win 1,000 sand. But on the Sandbox website, it says 100 players will win 1,000 sand. Which one is correct?
500.
500?
Yeah. So, it was 500 players win 1,000 sand, right? Because remember, I was on stream and I said, that's 5 million sand. And then Panda's like, wait a minute.
I do remember that.
500,000 sand.
So they're saying 500 players will win 100,000 sand, or 100 players will win 1,000 sand.
It's 500 players. The where it says 100 is a mistake, and I believe it's already been reported and is in the process of getting fixed.
Thank you. There you go. JK, I was going to say, who asked that question again? That is a wonderful question. I'm glad you asked, because I'm sure I'm going to get that again. That thing is just sitting in your way, Alex. It's like you go this way, and then it drops you. That was rude.
I just skip that whole section. What? Looks like there's 2 normal EPs, which is weird. Wait.
So
what was Hobble's question?
This experience had a glitch for them. She thinks she couldn't finish the red quest because there was a wall in the way saying it was a premium area.
You would need the
but it's a normal quest.
That's probably a mistake on the builder's end, but there is a locked area that you need one of the passes for. What?
Okay.
Oh, wait, what? What am I climbing? Oh, it's a whole... I didn't realize that whole wall was climbable.
Huddle Hill says, I'm missing a normal quest, though, because of it.
Well, that's... I mean, it was supposed to be a premium quest, I think.
Yeah. You know, Varka over on Twitch asks, what is your occupation in the sandbox, guys? Alex,
depends on who you're asking. Well, yours is a short answer.
Mine is. You want to go first?
Sure.
I'm a streamer and an ambassador. So it's, I mean, the name is exactly, as an ambassador, as a streamer, I'm also an ambassador. So basically everything I do for the sandbox can be lumped under one word, and that's ambassador. I am here to help people get the answers to the questions that they have while spreading goodwill. That's a long story short right there. I mean, there's a lot more that goes into it, and it's pretty involved. And over the years, it's evolved into more and more. The really cool thing about Sandbox is, as I've shown that I'm reliable and taken time to, make myself available to different people and different groups within the Sandbox, my opportunities have expanded continually and exponentially. So over time, that ambassador role for me has grown into a whole lot more than just, sitting on Discord and answering some questions, which is an incredibly valuable thing that a lot of ambassadors do. I'm not disparaging that in any way, shape, or form. I've just, worked my way into more back-end stuff and to streaming, which is something that I feel blessed every single day that I get to sit down with Alex and work on this stuff with you guys.
Aw. So my story's a little more complex in that, well, I officially, my title on my email signature says I'm the voxel guru. So when I started at the Sandbox, I was a freelance artist. The Creator Fund was a program that was set up to have voxel builders make voxel art for the Sandbox, which didn't even have a game engine yet. We were just making artwork, and most of the artwork that we made back then wouldn't even work in the Sandbox now because it would be the wrong size and just wouldn't make sense. So we made a whole bunch of artwork kind of like as almost as concept art for the Sandbox in like what would become the marketplace. And I did that for most of 2019. And then at the start of 2020, I joined on staff. I applied to be in the Game Maker Fund. And one of the guys managing that program was like, how about I just give you a job instead? And so I've still not completed a full game. Well, actually, that's not true because I did the stuff for the Builders Challenge. Those were more or less complete. That was kind of the point of me joining the Builders Challenge.
It could have been more complete. But
yeah, there could have been more stuff. They met the qualifications for the Builders Challenge. So 2020, I started making tutorials for VoxEdit, which was brand new software back then. I was still making art in the Creator Fund, and I was actually in charge of hiring the first staff artists from the Creator Fund. So we had a few staff artists already, but then I was kind of put in charge of the Creator Fund and in charge of selecting people from the Creator Fund to become staff artists. And so that was what I did for much of that year as we prepared for Alpha Season 1 and the Game Maker. Actually, I think the staff artist thing was at the start of 2021. So the first year was mostly just me making artwork and streaming. I made my timeline might be a little bit off there. A lot's happened over the past 5 years.
Just a little bit.
In the Sandbox. Coming up on 6, actually, in a few months. That's crazy. So yeah, technically I'm a lead artist at the Sandbox, but I actually don't make that much artwork anymore. I am, I guess officially now, I haven't really changed my title, but I'm the art content manager. So I'm in charge of making sure that all of the assets that we produce for our partners and stuff are organized and up to date. So I do a lot of like organizational stuff in the background. I do a lot of testing of things and like letting people know when things don't work right. I'm kind of like I'm like the staff user. So like I use the Sandbox the way a user would use it. I use VoxEdit and the Game Maker and the dashboard the same way any other user would use it. And that gives me insight into like what the user experience is, so I can let staff know, hey, this thing isn't working, or this thing is really not fun to use this way. Can we make this better? So I give a lot of feedback that way. And then a couple years ago, my former co-host Joe and I started a company to do QA for the Sandbox. So I basically have 2 full-time jobs at the Sandbox. One is as staff, as an artist and a person who knows things, and the other one is as owner of a QA company where we test all the UGC content. So all the experiences not made by Sandbox staff, that is in Alpha Season 4, or most things not made by staff in Alpha Season 4, we have spent a lot of time testing, giving feedback, and bug notes to the devs that will hopefully all get cleared up. Sometimes they get cleared up before the game releases. Sometimes they get cleared up not long after the game releases. And we try to make sure that everybody's having a good time in the season. And yeah, I spend like 16 hours a day on the Sandbox, about. Feels like it sometimes. I like it here. So that's what I do.
Somebody asked me in a private chat, what is ambassador? Think of it like PR work.
Yep. A lot of brands have what they call brand ambassadors, and they're just they're people who use the products. And I almost missed the C key for that slide. They're people who know the products and are able to tell other people what's good about the product, and just be a representative for it.
Yeah, the representative part's the big part right there. Outside of the Sandbox, I own my own digital marketing company, and so I've got a pretty solid online presence. And I think that's one of the reasons the Sandbox initially approached me about being an ambassador, is I already do PR work for a bunch of other companies. So it was literally right up my alley.
Oh no, I fell.
Oh no. He died. He was so young.
Not dead yet.
No, not yet. You will be soon. I'll feel better. I think I'm getting those lines wrong, but you get what I'm saying.
It's close enough.
Yeah. Like
well, why did I start crawling?
You were about to fall, and he knew it, so he wanted some extra traction. 4 points instead of 2, which is way more secure.
There we go. Oh no! Why did I? I don't like that.
How'd you die
I couldn't
there?
die there. I think my feet touched the green, even though I was technically on the ladder.
Yeah. I mean, poison's poison.
Yeah.
If you get bit a little bit by a rattlesnake, or you get bit a lot, you know, you're probably screwed.
Okay, we're not going to get under 2 minutes, but I think we're going to get under 3.
Huddle Hill says that's venom, not poison. Thank you, Huddle, for splitting that hair so delicately.
Ooh. Come on, get on the ladder. There you go. 2 minutes 37 seconds.
Ooh.
I got under my 3 minutes. That was the goal. I'm not going to be able to get it under 2 minutes. Even if I made all those jumps perfectly, I think I would be close to 2 minutes. But without an extra 200 something speed like a one box D has, I'm not clearing that under 2 minutes. I don't think it's worth trying. All right. There are still more quests to do in this space though. What did we give away? We gave alpha passes away?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to open up the form again for a duck?
Okie dokie.
If they already signed up, they can still, just keep their entry. But if you didn't sign up for the giveaway earlier, you can add onto the same form for the duck. I don't know if you noticed, I made a new tab on our sheet for the ducks specifically.
Okay, well, I've got the winner for the duck. What duck are we giving away today, Alex?
We haven't given away Lucas Duck, have we?
We have not given away a Lucas Duck
Let's do
yet.
Lucas Duck.
Okay. Let me check this real quick. Okay. The winner of today's Alpha Pass giveaway and Duck giveaway, they're not going to be the same person. There's going to be 2 people. The first one, the winner of the Alpha Pass, is over on YouTube. Pause for dramatic effect. It's Shirium. Congratulations, my friend. I asked them to tell us something fun about themselves, either a fact or a skill or just something. They could choose anything, and Shirium says they write novels. That's amazing. I would love to be able to write novels. Or
the chat is screaming, wait.
Wait for what?
I don't know. Hodl redeemed a wait, which I don't know why the Twitch overlay, I need to talk to Panda about fixing it because it's still not working. Not everyone entered the Alpha Pass because they had one already. Right, so we're going to give away 2 ducks because I think Lucas thought we were just re-rolling on the form, but I did mean to open the form again so other people who are watching now could sign up. So we're going to keep that Lucas Duck giveaway. We're also going to give away a Kamisazi Duck.
Okay.
So we're going to open up the form and repost the link. That way, people who didn't get a chance to sign up earlier or didn't sign up because they already had an Alpha Pass, that way they can.
To be fair, I did say even if you have an Alpha Pass, you should fill this out.
He did say that. I do remember that.
So, but it's okay. We've reopened it, and Alex is generously offering to give away another duck. These ducks are super limited.
There's only 100 of each.
Piece of our hearts, little piece of our souls. Lieutenant General says, Lucas, reopen the form for all. Lieutenant General, don't tell me what to do. And it's already open. So there we go.
Now I don't want to do it. We're going to close it.
I'm right there with you, man. Alcarath says, so most already have a pass here. No, a good number of people filled out the form.
And
if you already entered the form, you don't need to fill out the form again because it's already been entered.
Yeah, I would say probably there's still a lot of people who need passes because, you know, we've only listed so many. And a lot of those would have been bought before people had earned the sand from the first 9 levels. So there's a good chance that viewers still don't have an alpha pass. And we've also discouraged them from buying on secondary just because we think you're going to get better results buying on primary from the sandbox once that sale opens back up. Panda says, as a disclaimer, people who fill out a form, you need to be linking your TSB username and wallet that are linked together. So yeah, make sure both of those are in there. Panda, are we distributing the alpha passes through the claim system? If the details don't match, the pass will not be given out. Yeah. So you do need to make sure that those things are consistent.
In the form, it does ask for your TSB username.
And TSB wallet.
1 second. Watching this.
Panda says that she believes there'll be an airdrop. So it's not so much that we need it on the technical side. We're doing it on the like KYC security side, making sure that the passes are given out fairly. All right, let's talk to JX. I'm going to take off the speed equipment for this part because some of these jumps are like really little. And I don't want to be flying over them. I'm also going to turn off the perma run. I feel so slow now. It's like I'm crawling even though I'm not even walking. I'm jogging. We're at jog speed. Oh, that platform doesn't go where I thought it went. All the platforms stopped moving for you. Oh, that's I haven't seen that one in this one. I have seen something like that before a while ago. When you encounter bugs like that, it's best to hit escape, go to the report button, report bug, and fill out what happened there. Because the platform stopping like that is probably not a builder issue. It's not something that they're going to be able to like look at the way they set the game up and go, oh yeah, that happened because we did this here. It's likely a game client bug, something that the Sandbox devs. No, I fell so far. Oh wait, there's a ladder. I don't remember. See, I wonder if I didn't activate the checkpoint. The last time I played this. See, I remember there being a ladder before, and last time I played this, I was up a couple layers above here, and I fell all the way to the bottom, and I had to work my way all the way back up. And I was like, I could have sworn there was a ladder before. And I don't know if it just didn't spawn, or if I didn't, like, step on the save point platform.
So I have a bunch of people messaging me right now saying, Lucas, you didn't ask people for their TSB username on the form. I understand that. Trust me, I gotcha. I don't need any more messages about that. I am updating it now.
It is being fixed.
It's being fixed.
Who won the pass? Because we can probably, if it's a name we recognize, we can probably make sure that that's correct too.
Give me 1 second. Did I already announce it? I did. Yes, it was Shiriam. I do not recognize that name.
Okay. All right. So we'll have to send them a was that they were a Twitch viewer?
It's on YouTube. It's a YouTube, so I won't be able to.
Okay. All right. Well, if their wallet matches an existing TSB account, I should be able to pull up that info.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
I'll look on that. I'll look into that after the stream. Whoa, there's way more of those little shards, the tags, up there than there used to be, I think. What's this? Press I to equip. What do we get? Is this going to be another thing that we get an NFT for? The Kakiri knife. Oh. Why do I see it here and not... Oh, because I had it shelved. I hit X, I hit Z at some point to hide it. Okay, I don't think we get an NFT from that one. The ladder, I'm pretty sure, was there during the staff playtest. Panda might remember. I think I remember the ladder being there, because I think I remember needing to use it at one point during the staff playtest. But it may be that a bug caused it to not spawn. I think this part's pretty creative. I like doing these slam dunks. Kind of fun. It's the best I've ever been at basketball.
I am terrible at basketball.
I'm like really bad at throwing baskets. Like you can put me right here and I will miss it like at least 80% of the time. It's something about making my push even, so that way I'm applying the same amount of force to both hands, because I'm always like way off to the left or right.
You know, Varka asked the question. It's basically a security question, so I'll tell you the same thing we tell everybody is we don't actually discuss security details on the stream, and the reason being is if people understood what we were doing for security purposes, then they could circumvent those what would the term, they would circumvent what was being done so they could get around it. So
yeah, this is going to be true for basically any company you interact with that cares about security for its employees and for its users. They will give the minimal amount of information needed to inform users about what's going on, because the more information that bad actors have about your operations, the more easily they can circumvent them, like Lucas said, and get into trouble with stuff. And that's not a good time for anybody. So operational security is a important industry, and something that we try to have good standards for. And sometimes that can look like a company's like not telling you what's going on, but it's for your safety and for the employee's safety.
Yeah, it's for everyone.
All right, so the quest that Hodl was seeing was the one over here. And this requires either the complex key or the lifestyle category key. And it shows up as normal. But you are supposed to have the key to get in. And then you get a little it almost feels like Mario, like a little side-scrolling platform action. Try throwing balls instead of baskets.
No,
what?
I will not.
Did I say
throw the baskets?
Did I say that I was throwing the basket instead of throwing the ball? Because you know that I like to mix up words.
But we knew what you were. We were picking up what you were throwing down, so it was okay.
So sometimes, like, you talk about making baskets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like not basket weaving, but like when you throw a ball to make a basket.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm glad you clarified about the basket weaving, because that's actually exactly what I was thinking. I was like, wait. Is Alex, is he skilled with wicker?
But I think throwing basket is a term, right? Like making a touchdown.
Go sports.
Yeah, I don't. That's the thing. I'm not a sports person, so I honestly don't know. This is not a troll or a joke. This is a genuine question.
Mm-hmm.
Is throwing a basket considered an appropriate term? Like, is it a common way of saying that the process of throwing a ball to make a basket score in basketball?
This is going to need to be an answer that comes from somebody that's not me, because I do not have it.
I loved Space Jam as a kid, and that is the extent of my interaction with basketball. My girlfriend's brother, who was also my friend in high school, played on a local basketball team. Oh, what is this? There's like a hole here. Is it? Oh, is this I think this is the exit to the parkour course, and it just teleports us up to the top when we get to the top of the ladder. I think that's what that is. Can't really tell because it's all blocked off. That's kind of cool that you can see that.
That's the exit, says Lieutenant General.
That's what I said too.
Oh, I was typing and reading. I can't do the same and listen. That's three things. It's
me neither. I can't do that either. So anyway, yeah, he played basketball, and I think I watched one of his games. I mean, I know I watched at least one game. I think I only watched one of his games. I've never been to a college basketball or like professional basketball game.
I've been to a couple like professional games, but it was always like with clients. And so most of the game was spent talking like deals or work or, you know, just
for
different things that were, well, no, it was more, they wanted to have fun and they wanted to go to it, but we also needed to have like a meeting. So we did both at the same time.
There you go.
And I remember one time a client, like he leans in and he looks at me and goes, without looking away from me, I will give you $1,000 right now if you can tell me both of the teams that are playing or the score.
Or the score. Not even and the score. Or the score.
No. Or the score. You can give one or the other. And I looked at him and I was like, I guess I will be buying the next round of beer then. Because I didn't know who was playing. I didn't know what the score was. I was just like, is 7 an answer? He's like, yes, that is an answer. I was like, then I'm gonna go with 7.
It's not the right one.
He's like, you realize there's 2 scores that are going. It's basketball. This isn't soccer, football.
I think all those games have 2 scores. I can't think of any competitive sports game that has only 1 score.
But if like you're playing like basketball, it's a lot more likely that there's a score on both sides of the fence. Where in soccer, there could be only one of the teams could have scored for even if it's extensively long into the game.
I understand what you mean. Yeah, basketball scores get ridiculously high. Like Like, oh yeah, they scored 109 points, and you're like, what?
Yeah. We were like 3/4 of the way through the game, I think.
So both teams were almost definitely double digits, especially on a professional game.
Yeah. They were pretty high up there.
Will there be something related to Halloween in the sandbox? I'm not sure. So there are definitely spooky games in Alpha Season 4. I've tested some of them. I don't know if those release dates are lining up with Halloween. Yeah, I'm not sure.
That being said, we're now going to close out the forum.
All right.
The second time.
Numbers. So I
words.
Well, I was showing my hat earlier, so I modded. My wife got me these lights. She like saw an ad on Facebook, and they are, they're little LED lights inside of various like D&D dice. So we've got like D10s, D20s, D4, D12, and D8 all on this hat in different colors. And it's got a little battery pack. I never use them because they're battery powered, and lights like this I would gladly decorate with if I could plug it into an outlet. But the fact that it's battery powered, I'm not gonna like just burn a bunch of batteries. But when I got this hat after our stream on Saturday, I was like, this would be the perfect addition to my hat, because there's so many people at the Ren Fair bought these exact hats from the vendors there. And they're like a nice knit hat, but I didn't want it to look the same as everybody else, and so I was like, what can I put on this? Maybe some pins or something. And I was like, oh, these lights. So I took about 15 minutes and I actually sewed in the battery pack into the top of the hat. It's got 2 AA's in there, and then I took some clothespins and pinned the lights so that way they would stay in place. And I got a lot of compliments on it, which felt cool. A lot of people were like, oh, that's really neat. Like, it's not just that it's lights, but they're specifically Dungeons and Dragons dice. And the first people who commented on it, I was waiting in line for food, and I was like, this makes me the master of like numbers and probability. I'm like, oh yeah? I'm like, yeah. Quick, name 2 numbers.
7 and 42.
Those are both numbers.
Nice. I'm so good. I win.
Which is a joke I totally stole from somebody on YouTube. I don't remember who told the joke. But it was like some it was one of those like podcast interviews, and I didn't even recognize who the interviewer or the interviewee were. It was just a random YouTube short, and he told that joke because somebody was like complimenting, like, oh, you're like really smart, you're like a genius, and he's like, yeah, name 2 numbers. Yep, those are both numbers. I was like, that's really good. It's such an easy joke to remember and to not mess up. And they got a big laugh out of that. I did admit that I stole the joke though. Like, it's totally not original to me, but I think it's a good joke for anybody to have as at their disposal. So take it and use it, please. I've now Robin Hooded that joke because I stole it from somebody and now I've redistributed it to everybody.
I mean, to be fair, I say who's to say all the time, and I stole that from John Mulaney.
Yes, I did. I knew that one.
Yeah. So I mean,
who's to say?
Who's to say?
All right. Well, we've been going for about 2.5 hours, which is actually what we're scheduled to do. So I think now that we have completed all the quests that we can, because I don't currently have any of the keys, I think it's time for us to see if there's anybody that we can raid. Hopefully they took a look at what we were talking about at the beginning of the stream and are streaming to the correct Twitch category. So let's find out.
Before we do that, though, we got to give away these ducks.
Oh, that's right. We got another duck to give away.
We haven't even told people who the first duck winner was.
I thought you did. I thought you announced it, and that's when people were going like, wait.
You said wait before I actually got the words out for the first duck winner. So that person's been sitting on the edge of their proverbial seat this entire time. And these seats are made of voxels, so the edges are like a perfect 90-degree angle. That's got to be really uncomfortable. Congratulations goes out to HVR Monster. You have won a Lucas duck. And Masquita, you have won an Alex duck. Enjoy them, my friends.
Let me pull those up on screen so people see what they are.
Yeah.
So there's been this isn't even an original to the Sandbox thing. There's a rubber duckies as Easter eggs have been in a lot of other games. They're like a favorite.
Geocaching.
And yeah, in real life too. There we found little rubber ducks hidden when my wife and I went on a cruise last year. We found some little ones hidden around the boat.
Really? Did the boat do it, or did somebody that was on the boat do it, or do you not know?
So I think a staff person on the boat did it. but I'm not. I didn't get the full story behind it, but apparently it's a thing. And I don't know if it's like that particular person's thing or if it's like a Norwegian Cruise Lines thing. I'm not sure, but actually the funny thing was like we didn't even find the duck. It was our waitress who found the duck, and I don't think she understood like what it was for. Like we were just talking, my wife and I were talking to her, and she like looks and she's like, "What?" And then I look and I'm like, "Oh, it's a little rubber duck." And it was little. It was like a little charm-sized rubber duck. Like a Lucky Charm marshmallow almost, but plastic.
Super tiny.
Yeah, really, really tiny. And I'm like, it's a little duck. Like, and I was thinking like, oh, the sandbox. It's like when we hide ducks around places. That's really cool. And and she was like, oh, well, you can keep it, like, because she works there. So, but she didn't know what it was for. So I never really like got the whole story behind them. But we're definitely gonna keep an eye out for them next time. So these ducks, if we go to the marketplace and we look for ducks, there's a bunch of them. So we started in, was it Alpha Season 1 or 2? I don't remember. I think the ducks have been there since the beginning. There was ducks in Alpha
Season 1.
So yeah, it's been in all the alpha seasons. There's been ducks hidden around. And it's been really slow to pull these up.
Lauren Soul says we buy a bag on Temu and hide them in our friends' houses. That's wonderful. I saw a car that had been, I take my dog for a walk every morning and sometimes at night. And we saw this car at night. It was sitting on the street. It was a newer car. One of our neighbors, a neighbor just moved in. And so we noticed it because it was new to the street. And then the next morning I was going on a walk with her, and the car was absolutely filled to the brim with rubber duckies. Like, I don't know how many rubber duckies were in this car, but the car was it wasn't a big car. It was like a little 4-door sedan,
right?
But it was full to the brim, and you could tell that they had somehow opened the sunroof to put them in because it was all the way up to the sunroof, and then they had saran wrapped around the car as well. I was like, so somebody loves somebody. This is wonderful.
Amazing.
It was pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome. And we heard them find it, like, as we were getting home, they came out of their house, and like, so I hadn't even closed the front door yet, and I just hear this hysterical laughter. And so this was obviously something that they enjoyed, so it wasn't like mean-spirited or anything, but I thought that was really cool.
Oh, the giant duck. I forgot about the giant duck. In Alpha Season 1 hub, there was a secret underground path that it was so easy to miss because it was like there was just like some grass right around it, and there's just like one block missing where you could like fall in a hole. And a Panda says that was in Alpha Season 2.
That was Alpha Season 2, yes, but Alpha Season 1 had ducks hidden around, because I remember we had like people had like quests to go find, or like when we would take people on game, like it would screenshot us like all the ducks and everything. I remember we had like a lot of events that we hosted in Alpha Season 1 where we was like find the ducks, send us screenshots, stuff like that.
I feel like the hubs between Alpha Season 1 and Alpha Season 2 were almost the same hub, just with some updates.
I think that the giant duck, Ben is saying, nah, that was Alpha Season 2. I have screenshots from Alpha Season 1. Let me pull them up real quick.
I'm 100% willing to believe that I'm wrong. If it wasn't in Alpha Season 1, I don't actually remember what Alpha Season 1 looked like in the hub. I am picturing, I recognize in my head what I picture the big duck being, like that little underwater path. But I feel like there wasn't a big change from 1 to 2. And I don't remember what Alpha Season 1 looked like if it's not the one that with the duck underground. So this is my collection of ducks. I've got the Duck God, the Hero's Duck, the Oracle's Duck, the Scientist's Duck. This is all we had some cool stuff, some cool lore related to these things, which I hope one day more of it is revealed. The raccoon duck is for the staff artists at the Sandbox. We've got the trance duck, all that cool equipment that they have, all the flashy, colorful elemental powers. We got the miner duck from Pickaxe Miner. Nowhere, aka Razul the Nobody, had a whole set of duck equipment. There's the fun guy duck from Touche Studios. I don't remember where the pirate duck comes from. That might just be a Sandbox official one. Who made this one? It says by the Sandbox, but I mean, that could mean that's just the way a lot of those things get listed.
From Alpha Season 1, I have an entire folder labeled ducks. And so I dropped 2 of them in our private chat, but it's Dungeon of Dummies had a couple ducks lying around it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there was definitely ducks in Season 1, but she's right, there was less in Season 1.
Yeah. I do remember Season 2 was a lot bigger. I don't remember what the hub in Season 1 looked like. I'm picturing the thing that it was kind of like a cross shape where you had, if you went straight forwards from you kind of spawned in like a museum area. And if you went straight forwards, you ended up in scientists. If you went to the left, you went to heroes. If you went to the right, you went to oracles. That's what I'm remembering in my head. And I feel like there was an entrance underground on the Oracle side that puts you where there was a big duck underground.
Like, and there was also duck. Like in Alpha Season 1, wasn't there like, didn't you spawn like?
You spawned where there were portals.
Yeah, in Alpha Season 1, there was like the Snoop Dogg and Walking Dead, and didn't you spawn in there like Atari? Like you were in the center. In the Alpha Hub.
Maybe. I don't. We're reaching so far back here. Which season was my favorite? Probably 1 or 2, because of the scientist oracles and heroes content. I think that was my favorite. Like I liked the lore about it all, and I want to do more with that. And I have access to all the lore that was never revealed. There's a lot more out there. I don't know if we'll ever do anything with it. I don't know. I would like this stuff to see sunlight. Yeah, I don't, but you know, I'm trying to work on my own lore for the Wizzyverse. So like, I want the Wizzyverse lore to like be tangent to all the Sandbox lore. I don't want to steal the Sandbox lore and just make it all my own. Like I think that would literally be stealing. Like I'm not just gonna say like, oh yes, I see all the Sandbox secret documents, I'm gonna make my game all that. I'm not gonna do that.
Yoink!
Oh no!
It's mine now.
I broke the website apparently. So I don't know. I don't remember what the pirate duck is from. Then we got the Boop Goop duck from Andy Ritchie. Thanks again for the raid, Andy. I don't know if you're still around. We got the scientist duck, and the advanced scientist duck that was part of the Bumpkus thing. The Gopnik duck, that is by Voxel Bunny, who is now the person in charge of all the Sandbox staff artists. Bunny was one of the first artists that I hired.
So talented.
The Fox duck is by the Bit Fox, and then we've got the Kamasazi duck,
makes sense,
which is mine.
Makes sense.
With my pumpkin spice orange hoodie. It says it smells like pumpkin spice when you squeak it. Is my description for it. And I don't have a Lucas duck, so I can't show that to you without going to Lucas's.
What?
Account.
What?
And yeah, it seems like the website's struggling a little bit right now. Probably because they're trying to list all those 5,000 passes for people. What does the Fox say?
It says it's time for us to go because I'm hungry.
In this case, it says, or I can't make my voice go high enough pitch to be a duck. Like I think like right now, because my voice is all warmed up and actually tired at this point, my voice is a bit deeper, and oftentimes I speak kind of like up here, or a little bit higher, but I can't squeak at a high whistly pitch like a rubber duck can. As much as I think my voice is kind of annoyingly high pitched, I can't go that high.
Play Game for Fun says you need to start filling out the form. Maybe you will win a duck.
There you go.
I like where their head's at.
Yeah, I'm usually busy doing other things when the form is up.
Yeah.
Somebody earlier in the chat asked when the next time we'll be streaming is. Lucas, are you going to be streaming Saturday without me? I might.
Oh.
I on Saturday, I might be trying to explore London.
You know what? I will say yes. I'll do that without you because I really do want you to have fun while you're out there.
Okay. I appreciate it.
And then I can play some alpha.
There you go. Like theoretically, I could join you from my laptop, but it would not be the best experience, I think, for anybody.
Theoretically, yes, but also theoretically, and follow me on this, you could enjoy this new country that you've never been to before.
New continent I've never been to before.
Yeah, it's a whole new world, Alex.
There we go. A whole new old world. All right, so let's see who is streaming the Sandbox right now. Let's get this raid going on. We've got.
Do you believe Lands are streaming?
So I'm not
streaming the Sandbox right now?
So I think Lanzer's doing a 24-hour, like a reruns.
Streamathon?
Yeah, well, of their
podcast reruns. You are correct.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if they're actually live. Yeah, I see right now they've got Joseph and Crafter, and I'm 99% sure that this is not live. So, oh yeah, it says next episode is Friday, October 18th. So if you want to tune into Lanzer, check them out on Friday. You are welcome to go watch Lanzer's podcasts on his Twitch now, or I believe they're also up on YouTube. Let's see if anybody is streaming.
I'm seeing nobody.
Not even the old one. All right. Well, I think we'll end it there. I mean, we'll go ahead and raid Lanzer just because they're there. If you're interested in watching that, have fun. Give them a follow and tell them we say hi. I can't remember if there's a special character in his username.
LANZR.
There's no underscore.
And I said it through.
Lucas beat me to it. Who won the pass? I don't remember the name. It was somebody new to the stream, I think. All right. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out. Have fun in the alpha. I will see you next week on Wednesday after I'm back from the UK.
And I will see you on Saturday.
There we go. Have a great rest of your week.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.